All right, breaking news just happening moments ago. As you see here, the former president, Donald Trump, had arrived in Newark, New Jersey at the airport there. And there you see him departing the motorcade, making his way up to Trump Force One. Sean, a moment we've been waiting for, again, as this is appearing to throw a wrench in the former president's campaign plans, although it's not fully disrupting his schedule, where we saw him over the weekend on the campaign trail, and we will see him again tomorrow night. Back hosting a campaign fundraiser. He's officially, again, boarded at this time. You see the playback there. This just, again, happening during the commercial break. So we'll bring in Ben Weingarten here back with us. He's a senior writer at The Federalist. Again, looking here at this trip for the president. Again, is it stopping him from campaigning? Absolutely not. He is going down to surrender, to plead not guilty to the 37 counts, which we know that's been reported. And again, there will be motions for dismissal, et cetera. The legal process will play out. Then he boards the plane back. He's back in New Jersey the very same night to do the campaign. But it is costly to do so. But either way, it's not stopping the campaigning part of this for him.
Yeah, and as you're kind of chronicling this whole saga that's going to unfold over the next months, it reminds me of the fact that he had to operate under Russiagate, which really did derail his presidency for more than 2 years. So there is time, resources, energy, and focus that's going to be dedicated to this. And, Victoria and Joe, they were noting the fact that essentially this is unprecedented. And this is a situation where we've never seen it before. It's never been brought under these circumstances. There's never been an investigation like this before. And they're hair-raising images that are kind of being normalized about what I would argue is the weaponization of our justice system.
And that's one thing for yourself to say, but what about the political candidates who also want that job in the White House, right? How did they approach it? What do you expect to hear from those Republicans?
Yeah, I think we've sort of seen this telegraphed a little bit from Governor DeSantis in particular. There's probably somewhat of an effort to not necessarily defend Donald Trump because you want to beat him, while at the same time acknowledging the fact that this is unprecedented and the whole Jim Comey standard of no reasonable prosecutor. Well, it depends what the definition of reasonable is, and in this case, what authorized or unauthorized documents are. Contrast this with the Durham report. The Durham report, John Durham, the special counsel, essentially said, here are all the corrupt and perverse things that government officials did, and here's the million reasons why we didn't try to prosecute any of them. Compare that standard to the standard that a former president of the United States and leading candidate for the Republican nomination is facing right now. And I think candidates are probably going to frame that theme while distancing themselves from Trump particularly.
If there are, this is going to take place, but if this, obviously through the campaign, and if this does take up time, and it can, even though we heard Jack Smith, special counsel, who brought forth this indictment, but if this does take precedent over this election, what does that do? It doesn't seem to appear it's going to hurt him in the primary, but let's just call it what it is. You've seen the polling numbers to back that up. But in a general, does that really hinder the president from at this time, if he would move forward in the primary, would that hinder him from beating Biden in the general, in your opinion?
I think his opponents will try to make the case, look, the American people are tired of this, and essentially try to create Trump fatigue through the myriad prosecutions that are ongoing right now. And then the counter argument to that, and we'll see what the American people think about it, is this is a weaponized system, a deep state that has continued for 8 years to persecute this president and his supporters.
An interesting take, all getting started now, taking off soon here. Ben Weingarten joining us live throughout these 3 hours. We appreciate that. Thank you, Ben.